Hi, welcome to part 4 on this series of making Tic Tac Toe game in C++. So up to this point, we've written our main loop for each turn of the player, and now we are going to write what happens if we break out of that loop. There's a couple possibilities. One of them is that we won. The other one is that we tied. So that's what we're now. If we win, we set a variable called winner to true. Otherwise, it'll be false. So we're just going to check now if winner equals true. Then we're going to clear the screen, and again, this is a Windows only command, this CLS. We're going to print out a couple of blank lines just for formatting. And we're going to print the string. Actually, we're going to print player, current player, because that's who won. Oops. Space for formatting, and in all caps, maybe wins. And actually, we'll put a blank line on the end of that. I'm not sure if we need it or not, but we'll put it there in line. Okay, so if they didn't win, else, that means winner equals false. We're going to also system clear the screen, CLS. This time we're going to print, let's go cout, and we'll just put a few spaces in for formatting, and we'll write, actually we don't need that. There are no moves left. End line, cout, and now we'll put a few spaces. It's a tie. End line. And okay, we actually already displayed the winner info, so we don't need to do that. We also did the game end in a tie, so we don't need to do that again. And we'll just get rid of all these blank lines. Display tie info. Did that. Prompt to see if they want to play again. Okay. So, cout. Do you want to play again? Actually, we're going to use our function that we made to get a character, and we're going to put that into a variable called play again. Play again equals the results of a function called play another game. That doesn't take any parameters. We haven't written that function yet, but we will. So let's see. If they say yes, they want to play another game. If play again, equals, in single quotes, capital Y, then we're going to say if winner equals true, then wins current player plus plus. So we're going to increment the wins of the current player if there was a winner. We're going to clear out that the array of where all of the X's and O's, all these numbers now have been changed to different various configurations of X and O. So we have to set them back to be numbers. So we're going to say for int I equals 0. Now you remember I was talking about scope in one of the previous videos, and you'll always see I write int I here. That means I'm declaring it here. And I could declare it outside. I could declare that we're going to have some looping variables called I, and I wouldn't have to declare it here. But if I declare it in this for loop, it only lasts while the loop is going. Once it exits the for loop, that the variable I, that memory, is returned to the game to use for something else if it wants to. So int I equals 0 while I is less than 10, I plus plus. And we're going to say XOS I equals, and this is 0 plus I. So let me describe what's going on here. I is a number 1 through 10, or 0 through 10, but we're trying to fill that array with characters, not numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to define this 0 as being the ASCII code for a 0. And that is going to, what it's going to do is, because when you look at the ASCII code chart, the numbers do go right up after each other. So the first time it runs this, it's going to be 0 plus 0, which is going to be 0. The next time it runs this, it's going to be 0 plus 1. So we're going to set this to equal the ASCII code for a 0, and that's 48. So we're going to go back up to the top here where we're doing our define. We're going to go define 0 as 48. So if you look at that ASCII code chart, you'll see that when you look up the code 48, it's going to equal this code right here. and 49 will equal this one, 50 will equal this one, and so on right up through 9. So the first time that loop runs, it's going to be 48 plus 0, which is still going to be 0. The next time it runs, it's going to be 48 plus 1, which is 49. The next time it runs, it'll be 48 plus 2. So this will actually put characters into our array there. So now what we want to do is, or lastly what we want to do, if the last game was a tie, we want to swap the players. So we already have this. If winner equals true, we do one thing. We're going to write an else, which means winner equals false, and we're going to call that function that we're going to write called swap players, which doesn't take any parameters. So that all happens. Now, if they write, if they say no, they don't want to play again. Let's see, play again. Let's see, this happens if they say yes. So here we're going to write else break, which will break out of the loop. And now, basically our game is over. We can just write, we'll do a system clear screen C out goodbye C out a few end lines. And system pause. That'll give us that to hit any key to continue. And when I hit it, it will return 0 and end our program. So that's it. Our main game loop is now written. The only thing left for us to do is to go in and write all of these function calls that we made, and we'll start that up in the next video. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.